I really ought to change that thumbnail up. It's been a while. It's time for a new one. We'll do that next time. Okie dokie. Okie doke. Okie doke. Okie doke.
We always
Hold on. I gotta share my screen here too. There we go. Okay. What's this asshole blabbing about? Oh, he's still doing events at the Obama Presidential Center. The new official trash can of Chicago.
we always I think have a tendency, partly because the new
You got tendencies, all right. I think we all know what kind.
news projects it, right? To think that our time is uniquely discouraging or tough. If you study a little bit of history, you know, I do think it gives you that perspective of things go up and down. History doesn't move in a straight line, and the thing you control.
Oh, you know a lot about going in lines that aren't so straight, wouldn't you?
Is how you react to it, the values you've got, and there are always good people out there. There is always common.
Oh my God, these two are clearly disgusting things. I guarantee you, disgusting things happened after this.
Ground to
Just
be
look at
found.
them. You can see it all over them.
You know,
The
it's,
degeneracy.
and it's up to you. You know, how much responsibility do you have to bring that to the table? How do you show up? If you show up being helpful and setting a good example and lifting folks up, and
Like you
whatever
lifted your chef up out of the water.
circle of influences, right? If you're coaching and helping out in the community, even though they're not your kids, if you see it as somebody moves across the street who is an immigrant, you know, the way folks in Minneapolis did, and said, you know what, I may not have looked at their papers, but they're my neighbor, and I see how they treat their kids, and that reminds me of, you know, my family, and so I'm going to look out for them. Do your part.
How they treat their children is of absolutely zero consequence to me. They can go treat their children well in their own damn country. Very glad for them if they're good parents. All the better. Go do that in Chile or wherever the fuck you came from.
If you're doing that, if enough of us do that, then we'll get through this, just like we usually have.
If you know history and you know how far we come,
Correct.
where we need to be is easy to see now.
You can
We
see
came
it.
so far already.
Well, you can see it. It's there. It's within reach.
Ay. I don't know what is so difficult or wrong about that. Like, I'm very glad that you're a great parent. But it has no bearing on whether you belong here or not. Go be a good parent at home. In your own damn country. Oh, it's the latest with Anthropic today. Oh, yeah. Quen made a big release today. I haven't even investigated it yet. I just saw it. Just saw the announcement like an hour, within the last hour or so. I haven't really dug into it. Some new kind of model, more world model. Just like simulating real world environments or something. I really can't wait to check it out. Very curious what the heck that even means. I don't even know. But we'll find out. Anthropic claims Alibaba, the parent company that runs Quen, the Quen models, big Chinese. What do they do? Like business to business sales stuff. Like just bring them shit. Basically every damn thing. It's like Chinese Amazon, but worse, or something. Continues to distill Claude on a large scale. Yeah. To train Quen. That's how they've made such insane progress with Quen, which I'm very happy to benefit from, and I that's the model I run. That is Actually, all of the models that we use on what I'm building for the PSB stuff is all on Qwen. I tested it before using it to see whether it was biased against Chinese stories or anything. So far, so good. It hasn't picked out anything. It's been, I suppose, as long as you ask it in English, it really doesn't seem to care. I've got to try testing it, like asking it in Chinese, because I'll bet you get different results. But who knows? I don't know. Let's see. Anthropic is accusing Alibaba of running a massive campaign to illicitly access Claude through nearly 25,000 fraudulent accounts. Yep, that's how they're doing it. So basically what they do is they sign up a whole shitload of, thousands of different accounts, and then they use their ultra smart models to do reinforcement learning, which is like, well, I mean, it's basically exactly what it sounds like it's feeding outputs from their models, from the Qwen models, into Anthropic's models, and using Anthropic's models to and their brains to continue training and improving the Qwen models by, well, I don't want to get into the technical details of reinforcement learning. It's really boring, but it can improve what they've got massively, and it clearly has, like, big time. They're by far like the #1 local model. This guy right here, that's what I run. It is insane how good it is at coding right off my computer. I never have to use a cloud subscription when I want to use it. If I don't know, if the cloud subscriptions ever get too expensive or whatever, I don't know, God only knows. If the internet goes down even, I'll still be able to write code and make cool stuff. I don't know what use there will be without an internet, but I don't know. Who knows what the dystopian internet-free future will look like. They claim the campaign generated 28.8 million Claude exchanges between April and June, targeting capabilities like software engineering and agentic reasoning. That's one of the other things they do, is they will save the reasoning traces, like all the thinking from various activities that people do with Claude. All their little minions, they send out their little minions to, I mean, it's honestly probably all done by bots at this point, but they'll have them run through a series of different activities and tasks and problems and thinking, and they'll take the reasoning traces from that and use that as training material for their bot, for their model. It's really kind of devious, but difficult to really do anything about. At least, like, complete. I mean, there's probably ways to mitigate it, like identity verification and stuff. I guarantee that's where this is going. For better or worse, unfortunately. Probably, I think that's what it's going to take to keep China from getting mass access to this and abusing it. Basically just stealing intellectual property. Not that Anthropic themselves are really much different, because that's basically what they did to make their model. Just with training data. Distillation attacks are carried out illicitly, systematically, in an industrial scale to harvest US AI capabilities across frontier labs and repackage them as their own without incurring the training and R&D costs required to train US frontier models, which are extensive. Really, really pricey. Not cheap. Ruffled Feathers, too. Hello out there in YouTube chat. Says, hi, Pam, I'm thinking of going to DC Celebration for the 4th. Hey, what's up? Come on. Any tips on getting around and where to stay? Stay somewhere on a metro line. That doesn't necessarily have to be in DC. The metro line runs out of DC and here into Northern Virginia. It's still going to be relatively pricey here in Northern Virginia, but comparatively, like compared to DC hotels, you're going to get way better prices out here. I'm sure of it. Especially if you're willing to tolerate a bit of a ride, which I actually love the metro ride into the city. It's like, it's so nice in the morning. Like you go on a nice, like sunny, sunrisey kind of morning, sun's out, and you get this beautiful orange glow just casting into the windows of the metro as it just rides into the city. Great views. Well, I mean, depending on where you're at, a lot of it's just highway, but it's a really nice ride. That's what I would do. I would find somewhere on the Orange Line. Where's a map here? Blah, images. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Get somewhere on the Orange Line out here in Virginia. Arlington, Reston, out near me. Fairfax-ish, around there. That's where I would go. I mean, you can also do Maryland, Red Line, Green Line. That's outside the city too, but Virginia's nicer. It's a lot nicer. I would not go to Maryland. It's gross. Probably cheaper though. Might be a little cheaper. Yep, and you won't even need a car. I mean, you'll be good to just pop on that metro. You should be able to find a hotel right along there. Just walk to the metro stop and pop on into the city. Get wherever you need to go. They got little electric scooters all over the place to get you all the in-between places where the metro don't run. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the fair. Speaking of, how's that shaping up here? Let's see. There's the Ferris wheel. Yep.
The bands and the flowers. Anything in particular you're looking forward to?
I know our son here, Phoenix, he's really excited about the flyovers.
Yeah. Even as grown men, I think we're all pretty excited about that.
That's what I'm excited about.
That never gets old.
And of course, Trump. I mean, you gotta love that man.
Trump?
Yeah.
All right. Some of the things that he sees here now with President Trump taking some action to clean it up. So tell us about what you think about the state of the Capitol right now.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, it's really nice seeing the National Guard here. It makes you feel safe, but it's also very sad that we've gotten to the point that you have to bring the National Guard in to clean up the crime. So, but I'm very thankful that Trump has done that, and give him all the credit for that.
Sure. The bands and the flowers.
Any more? No more? Same people. Yeah, it's looking really nice. Beautiful out there. No wonder they're hell-bent literally on ruining it and screwing it up any way they can. Killing the grass. Beautiful, beautiful grass. Screwing up the reflecting pool. These are the lengths they have to go. Absolute insanity. It's ridiculous. Well, there's a nice look at the grounds. Dang, someone must have gone to the tippy top of the monument. I'll get some later. I'm not all that hungry. Yeah.
And so
Oh, here's Trump today. Just now, I guess. Let me see if we can pull that up. Must have just happened. Yep. Looks like it just ended. If you guys already watched this, like right before I came on, you let me know and we'll keep going. But
the United States for the rest of the world. And this is what
oh,
you
he's meeting with what's his name, NATO guy.
I know there have been debates about whether your allies in Europe were with you enough. I just want to say one thing. Which is, yeah, but let me say one thing. Which is, I know you think that, but let me. And I know about the let's say.
Yeah, watch it in the tavern. All right.
that is a flood. That's like a gusher.
We'll go for the highlights instead then later for people that are rolling in after 5. Oh, more turnout for the State Fair kickoff.
Many great American patriots here to celebrate America 250. Hey, ladies. Where are you all from?
Different things. I'm from outside of Austin, Texas.
Hey, wow. Welcome to DC.
And before that, California.
Wonderful. Is this your first time in DC, or have you been here before?
Been here before. And I was here for the rededication of One Nation Under God with these lovely ladies, my friends.
Yes.
Cute.
How was that? I can only imagine how magical and spiritual awakening that felt.
Well, I think the whole awakening has been something you can't really explain, and it's just in your heart, and it's a reconnection, and it's just a magical feeling inside.
What did you see that day? What were you experiencing? Tell us about the actual event.
It was a hot day, but there was just a lot of compassion between everyone. Just people were so kind and happy to be there, and it was hot but beautiful weather. So,
were there pastors praying with everyone? Were you all singing together? Were there lyrics up on a screen so you could sing together? I want to really see how it felt to be there.
Yeah, there was, well, a lot of the songs people knew the lyrics to, so they had bands that were up there. They did have pastors that were giving lovely messages, but it was nice.
What was your take on the event?
I felt like it was a cleansing of the entire town, from every stone wall to the waters to the soil to the trees. Literally everybody's hearts were connected, and the singing was just electric. You could feel it on your skin.
The Holy Spirit was absolutely in DC that day.
For sure. It's a feeling of unity, and one thing that my different perspective was that we saw patriots and people that have been in this for a long time, and seeing the people from the churches come, and I felt, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but I felt like, as an American, as a mom, I am trying to stand up for just being a human being, and I think to get to do it with people that you vibe on the same frequency and you bring different perspectives. But it's hard. It's been a hard process for sure.
Okay. Good to see people getting out. All rides are free. Neato.
Get ready, everybody.
Trump will be kicking off the State Fair tonight at 7 p.m. on the National Mall in DC. Awesome. So we should be seeing some stuff from that here pretty soon.
Because on Wednesday, the 24th, coming up 2 days right away, we're going to have the biggest rally we've ever had. It's going to be on the National Mall. It's our music, our playlist. We don't have a lot of people boring you with songs that you don't want to hear. We have the hottest people, the hottest everything. It's going to be one of the best rallies we've ever done. Again, it's 7 o'clock, the 24th, which is Wednesday, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be essentially a rally, but we'll call it a rally to America. We're honoring the 250th, and it's going to be something very, very special. You're going to love it. We're going to all have a lot of fun together. Thank you very much.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Good enough for now. All right. Well, I want to see this frickin'... What is this Quen world model to deal with this? Meet Quen Agent World, a native language world model that simulates 7 agent environments, MCP, search terminal, software engineering, web, OS, and Android. Huh. Within a single model. I still don't quite understand the implications of that, but I'm going to be finding out tonight. What? Wow, not bad. Interesting. Well, can't wait to play with this one tonight. All right, let me go see if I have anything tagged myself here. Fucking Netanyahu getting weird. No. All right. Are you worried at all? Oh, freaking Hakeem. Are you worried at all about the influence of the Democratic Socialists in primaries in New York and across the country? They're the ones that are, like, beating their people? Ugh.
I want to ask about the New York races, since you mentioned that. Are you worried at all about the influence of the Democratic Socialists in primaries there and across the country?
Well, there are 4 races in New York City, and I'm standing behind every single one of those races that involve an incumbent, of course, and that's Adriano Espaillat, Dan Goldman, Yvette Clarke, and Grace Meng. And then we're watching closely 2 open seat races that House Democratic leadership hasn't gotten involved in by custom, and that, of course, is in the 7th Congressional District, where Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez and a coalition of very progressive Democrats, including Tish James, the Attorney General, and the public advocate Jumaane Williams, along with the Working Families Party and many of the unions that we work closely with, are on one side of that race, with DSA on the other. We'll see what happens.
Not looking good for them. All right. Well, let's mute some of this bullshit here. No sports, no business and finance, no entertainment and the arts, no gaming, no crypto. All right. 17-year-old just beaten to death by a mob of migrants in Narbonne, France. Video too graphic to post. It's that bad. Trump on new incoming prime minister in the UK. I don't know anything. I hear he's extremely liberal. Extremely. Yeah. Sure sounds that way. Interesting. The Trump admin has been happier talking to Anthropic lately, according to people familiar with the matter. They don't have to deal with the CEO, Dario Amodei, anymore. That's hilarious. Because he's been replaced in meetings about re-releasing the Claude Fable 5 AI model by his co-founder, Tom Brown. Tom Brown is not being a weirdo like Dario and can actually engage. Yeah, Dario is... I mean, yeah, you can basically reduce him to weirdo. One word. That's it. It's everything he does. It's creepy. OpenAI, meanwhile, designing their own AI accelerator chip called Jalapeno, seeking to get out from under the chip crunch. On China catching up in AI. CEO of Perplexity. Why not? Let's hear it.
For a long time, we thought, I don't know if you agreed with this, China was behind in AI. What does this do to that race? Can we say that China is catching up, or has it caught up?
I mean,
effectively, yes.
If we say Meta is catching up to OpenAI and Anthropic,
I mean, still not quite, but I mean, they don't have anything near the level of Fable, but now we've kind of fucked ourselves on that for the time being, so...
Make that claim. Then the same claim can be made for China catching up to America. A lot of papers from China that have tried to replicate O1. In fact, I saw more papers from China after O1 announcement that tried to replicate it than from America. And the amount of compute DeepSeek has access to is roughly similar to what PhD students in the US have access to. By the way, this is not meant to criticize others. Even for ourselves, for Perplexity, we decided not to train models because we thought it's a very expensive thing. Yeah. We thought there's no way to catch up with the rest. But
will you incorporate DeepSeek into Perplexity?
We already are beginning to use it. I think they have an API, and we're also they have open source of it, so we can host it ourselves too. And it's good to try to start using that because it actually allows us to do a lot of the things at lower cost. But what I'm kind of thinking is beyond that, which is okay, if these guys actually could train such a great model with this, good team, and there's no excuse anymore for companies in the US, including ourselves, to not try to do something like that.
You hear a lot in public from a lot of, thought leaders in generative AI, both on the research side, on the entrepreneurial side, like Elon Musk and others say that China can't catch up. The stakes are too big, the geopolitical stakes. Whoever dominates AI is going to kind of dominate the economy, dominate the world. It's been talked about in those massive terms. Are you worried about what China proved it was able to do?
Firstly, I don't know if Elon ever said China can't catch up. I'm not aware.
Just the threat of China. He's only identified the threat of letting China. And Sam Altman has said similar things. We can't let China win the AI race.
It's all. I think you got to decouple what someone like Sam says to what is in his self-interest, right? Look, I think my point is whatever you did to not let them catch up didn't even matter. They ended up catching up anyway.
Necessity is the mother of invention,
exactly.
Like you said.
And it's actually, what's more dangerous than trying to do all the things to not let them catch up and all the stuff is what's more dangerous is they have the best open source model and all the American developers are building on that.
Yeah, it's true. Last open source model released by the US of any import was ChatGPT a year ago. Their GPT OSS model. NVIDIA's dropped some here and there, but they're eh. Oh, Google, that's right, Google has some too, but they're also yeah. Decent for some things, but okay. Huh. First legal challenge to Trump's AI export controls is here. Legal tech company Legion suing the Trump admin over forced shutdown of Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for foreign nationals. Core argument is the following. Access to a hosted AI model is not the same as exporting model weights, source code, or technical data. Well, that's a bit of a stretch. I don't think that's going to get anywhere, but... Okay, can we... It's just feeding me AI stuff right now. You mute that too? Yes. And it's still feeding me AI stuff. Oh, nice. Oh, hello. Thank you. Oh yeah, Dominion, that's right. I heard about this, was it yesterday evening? Dominion has agreed to dismiss their $1.3 billion lawsuit against Mike Lindell with prejudice, meaning they cannot sue again for the same thing.
Here it is, everybody. This is the second one now. Remember the evidence, the $5 million challenge got overturned last summer, and they said Mike was right. This is all about the voting machine evidence. And now yesterday, if you don't see it in the news, they did one article out there from Law and Crime. Dominion dropped the lawsuit against Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And that was yesterday. So, and I just want everybody to know it doesn't mean anything that I'm going to stop fighting these voting machine companies to, it was a nice gesture, but we are going to go, we're all in to get them, get rid of them, get to paper ballots hand counted. And here, I'm going to announce right now, it should be within the next half hour. We're going to be posting on Lindell TV, everybody. It's 800-page historical drop of the voting machine evidence. This has never been seen before. A lot of it you might have. We have bits and pieces were out there. This has been compiled over the last 5 years. This will be right here on Lindell TV. It'll be posted, like I say, in about 20 minutes. We're doing a press release on it, and anyone that ever tells you then, Vanessa, that ever says, "Oh, there's no evidence," there's no evidence. This is like a library. It's a historical library with 500 and some articles and 100% evidence that back each thing up. This was actually part of this given to the president when he was told by when he walked off that's reporter a few weeks ago, and he retruthed it. So it's a very exciting day. We're going to tie in, all this stuff going on, and then. But it is people, it is a relief for me that I don't have to, MyPillow, which never did anything when Dominion sued them for $1.3 billion with a B, everybody, and my employees had to sit and worry about that because their CEO is out there practicing his free speech. And so this is a big relief. So we got 2 down. We are also appealing. The appeal just went out. It'll go out today. The Colorado case that MyPillow won a year ago. Vanessa, you were there. MyPillow won, and this is the last piece of that where we're putting in the appeal, and hopefully they rule on that very fast. It seems like the voting machine companies are falling like dominoes here. And then we have the last one you'll see in the news, Smartmatic here in Minneapolis. That's like a parked car. It's sitting there because if everybody remembers, the judge made a ruling before even going to trial that I defamed them, and then a week later it came out that Smartmatic is in fact committing crimes with their company with their voting machines and against other countries, and that'll, a lot of that'll be coming out too. But that was funny with that one because I'm going, okay, a week after this judge makes this ruling here in Minneapolis, it all comes out that yes, this is a criminal organization. defamation, basically. It's like I defame the mafia, right? I figured it'd be like my cousin Vinny going, okay, in light of the new evidence, case dismissed. But according to my lawyers, that's not how it is. It can just sit there like a parked car, and judges can sit on it as long as they want, or indefinitely, or they can just throw it out on no stand. They can do a lot of things where they're afraid. A lot of these judges out there, I think they're in fear. They're not all judges aren't corrupt. They're like, that's a conspiracy theory saying all judges are corrupt, and they're not. I think a lot of them are just in fear because no one wants to go against the voting machines.
Yep. Okay. Oh, what else we got? What do I see out there?
America, it is happening. Do you see it? People who want America, who have travelled to the World Cup, are realising they've been lied to.
We owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Everyone is so friendly. Everyone is so accommodating.
I feel like I've been lied to my entire life about America.
Texas is good. Everything is big.
Walmart. I love it. This is so insane.
Look at all the American flags. Yeah, beer and barbecue. Yeah, that's very different.
We get red, milk, and an airline.
This is probably the best store ever.
Cheers. The best ribs in America. Wait, what?
America! 10 out of 10.
I have to say this about the World Cup. America has absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, we know how to do it. What is the White House up to here? Workers who are keeping America running just a minute ago.
In this incredible Commonwealth with the proud, hard-working patriots of Lehigh Valley. A very special.
My bullets are made in Lehigh Valley. I buy bullets from Lehigh Defense.
Thanks to every single worker at this fantastic factory. The job you're doing here is incredible. You are the ones who are making America great again. And you're building.
Excellent ammo company, by the way. If you're looking for a smaller but really interesting company doing interesting things with ammunition, check out Lehigh Defense. They're very cool.
Heavy-duty machinery that keeps our economy rolling, our factories moving, and our industries roaring all across the nation. For decades, the workers of this Commonwealth watched globalist politicians let other countries rip you off and close your factories, rob your jobs, take them away to foreign lands. And then I came along. We stopped it very quickly. So together with the help of patriots throughout Pennsylvania and all across the land, we will make America powerful again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much.
Migrants in Mexico told me they are glad Democrats have worked to defund DHS and ICE. Wait, Democrats? And they're waiting for Trump to not... okay, so yeah, to defund DHS and ICE. And they're waiting for Trump to not be president so they can enter the U.S. again. Wow.
Que nos deberían de echar la mano, deberíamos de unirnos para votar a Trump. Cuando él salga, así todos vamos para arriba, ¿por qué no?
Pero, va, está bien que los quiten, está bien. Pero ¿por qué
no está bien. No.
Pues el rumbo, el destino es llegar a Estados Unidos por séptima vez.
Hey guys, Julio Rosas here. We are currently in Tapachula, Chiapas. That is on Mexico's southern border with Guatemala, and the reason why we're here is because another migrant caravan is planning on leaving from this park in a couple of days. This is the third caravan that has taken place since Trump has been in office. Now, as you can imagine, the reason why they're leaving in caravans is because Mexico is not issuing visas to migrants here in Tapachula as much as they used to, because the Trump administration is pressuring Mexico to keep migrants away from the U.S.-Mexico border. And so now initially a lot of these caravans are saying that they're not planning on reaching the United States. They only want to go through other parts of Mexico because they say that they have better job opportunities there and they have better security. So we're going to be talking to the migrants here in Tapachula to get their reaction to how things have been since Trump has been in office, along with what their plans are once they leave Tapachula. During the Biden-Harris administration, Tapachula was inundated with migrants originating from all over the world who were wanting to take advantage of the United States' relaxed immigration policies. The second Trump administration has pressured the Mexican government to keep migrants away from the U.S.-Mexico border, with Tapachula being one of the cities Mexican officials try to keep them in. One way to keep them there is not approving any visas, leading to some being stuck by the border for months. While there are not as many migrants in Tapachula as there were during the Biden-Harris border crisis, there are still thousands of migrants in the city. Caravans have formed this year, as they have in the past, to work around the slow process to get visas and to have a better chance at reaching their final destination without being kidnapped, robbed, or murdered. This past Saturday's caravan participants acknowledged it would be extremely difficult to enter the United States so long as President Trump's policies are in effect. That said, those who spoke to Mostly Peaceful.media said they are willing to work and wait in other parts of Mexico until a new president with different immigration policies is in office.
Que es una basura que está sacando a la banda que trabaja allá arriba, deportando, destruyendo familias, van creando guerras entre naciones. Todo esto que es una mierda deberían de sacarlo. Ah, sí, ahora sí con todo, porque más de por gusto va a ser mi esfuerzo, va. ¿Sí me entiendes? De llegar y puta más voy a tener que llegar que me regrese, no. Mejor me quedo aquí para mientras, en lo que él sale. La mayoría de mis compañeros piensan que deberíamos de quedarnos en México un tiempo trabajando en lo que él sale. Cuando él salga, así todos vamos para arriba, ¿va? ¿Por qué no? Lo que pasa es que ahorita sería un trabajo de por gusto. Llegar y que nos regresen, no, mejor. Hay gente que viene desde Venezuela, tengo compañeros que vienen desde lejos, desde Honduras, desde El Salvador. Y regresar y otra vez volver a pasar, y todo eso implica dinero. Hay que trabajar uno en el país de uno para poder salir. Ah, que nos deberían de echar la mano, deberíamos de unirnos para votar a Trump, porque la verdad que está destruyendo a muchos latinos. Yo miro que muchos de los cubanos que tenían hogares allá están aquí ahora, y aquí están comiendo prácticamente mierda. No, las puertas aquí la gente no nos quiere, no nos regala un pan, no nos ayuda. Hay mexicanos que sí son buena onda, toda madre, ¿va? Pero hay banda que es turbia, que lo manda a chingar a su madre a uno, ¿va? Es la verdad, ¿va? Si yo le digo a la banda que escucha ese mensaje, que nos echen la mano, ¿va? Con lo que puedan, ¿va? Para salir adelante, ¿va? Buena onda.
Eso es ni comentar a las personas, ¿me entiendes? Porque directamente nosotros somos los que sosteníamos ese país y sostenemos ese país de allá de Estados Unidos. Y pues a veces no tenemos ni por qué envidiar a Estados Unidos, pero a veces vamos por necesidad o tal vez por la violencia que hay en nuestros países o los presidentes que no dan al basto. Pues eso estamos viendo, a ver si los organizamos ahí en la frontera un rato ahí trabajando, y pues vamos a ver que salga el presidente y los aventamos. Claro, claro. Okay. Sí, me han deportado, pues algunas injustamente, pues.
Unfairly.
Pues, nomás una fue ahí, pues un poquito gravecita, pero gracias a Dios todo bien. No tengo mal récord allá, como quiera, mucho así.
Well, yeah, if you've been deported several times, I'd say you kind of do have a bad record.
Pues el rumbo, el destino es llegar a Estados Unidos por séptima vez.
Insane.
Trump lo quieren tronado. Eso es un motherfucker, estúpido tipo.
Trump
¿Sabes por qué? Porque está chingando la raza.
Trump is screwing over our people. What is it that you're doing to us exactly? To our people?
Los latinos somos los que más trabajamos en el campo.
en lugares. Un gringo no va a ir a lavar un baño. En un restaurante, jamás lo va a ir a lavar.
Want a bet?
Yo lo acepto, ¿me entendés? A la vez le doy gracias a Dios porque tuve mi familia y tengo mis hijos.
Lo que opinamos es de que se ha portado demasiado mal y todo, pero que Dios toque el corazón de él y que esta caravana lleguemos todos juntos unidos por el sueño americano y prosperar y mantener a nuestra familia, en la cual, porque será nuestro sueño, nuestro pensamiento por el cual vamos.
In the meantime, they are happy to see Democrats working to stop or stifle Trump's plan for mass deportations, such as preventing the funding for the Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The political fight in Congress over the budget for DHS resulted in a government shutdown, then a partial shutdown for just the agency, after Democrats wanted more restrictions on immigration enforcement.
Which is why dramatic change is needed with the Department of Homeland Security before any appropriations bill related to ICE or CBP proceed.
Senate Republicans had to go around Senate Democrats to get past the 60-vote threshold and were able to provide funding to DHS for the rest of Trump's term without any of the restrictions demanded by the opposition.
Está haciendo todo para que lo voten eso y que haya más interés para migrantes. Y
Migrantes.
Sería bueno, porque yo he escuchado de albergues en Estados Unidos que lo ayudan a uno. Va, pero a veces se satura mucho y cada quien a chingar a su madre para la calle. Y eso es lo que me gustaría que hubieran más albergues, ¿va? Que nos ayudaran más.
Pero va, está bien que los quiten, está bien. Pero ¿por qué Trump viene a chingar a nuestra raza? Yo sé que sos americano, sí. Tú eres chicano, yo lo acepto. Yo tengo familia también. Pero ¿sabes qué es lo que cae mal? Nosotros venimos luchando. ¿Te imaginas cuánto corremos? Mira, ahorita que vamos a correr, caminar para abajo, para arriba. Llegamos a la meta y para que él venga y nos deporte.
No, pues tú sabes que todo es política. Tú sabes que ellos van a tratar de hacerlo bien para que nosotros volvamos a caer de vuelta en la misma trampa, ¿me entiendes? Porque nosotros tenemos hijos nacidos allá que también algunos votan porque son mayores de edad. Y pues ellos lo que buscan es que agarrar popularidad y pues ya no se va a poder porque no creemos en nadie los quiere ayudar, ¿me entienden? En Estados Unidos.
Local media reported the Hand of God caravan had walked 25 miles to the town of Weixla by the second day. So far, the high temperatures and afternoon storms are the crowd's biggest hurdles.
Eso sería todo en primera y en segunda de que llegando allá, si Dios lo permite, pues mi profesión es piloto y mecánico de transporte pesado. Porque hay mucho trabajo de mecánica. Sí. El mecánico es a nivel mundial. Entonces yo creo de que mil veces, bueno, en mi criterio, si yo encontrara acá un taller de mecánica de transporte pesado, lo que es camiones, camionetas, o sea, motores grandes, no de carro ni de moto. O sea, motores grandes, encontrara un taller de esos, yo agarraría plaza ahí, o me pusieran a manejar una góndola, un camión, un tractor, pero transporte pesado. O sea, yo acá me quedaría, ¿por qué no? Si acá nadie discrimina a nadie, hay comida, hay agua, México lo tiene todo.
Yo soy herrero, carpintero, soldador industrial, un poco de todo, un iluso, sé lavar carros, sé lavar ropa, sé cocinar. No me muero del hambre, así es. La verdad que es mejor trabajar y no robar.
It is expected this will not be the last time a large group of migrants try their luck walking to northern Mexico, even with the odds stacked against them.
Wow. Got my tea. Nice. Okay, let's see. On the main pile here. All right, yeah, we'll pick up there. Trump on Capitol Hill, lunch with the Senate GOP. I missed this. There he is with Thune. Don't worry, you guys. We'll pass the Save Act soon.
is making very big concessions. We'll see what happens, but it's been very, very, very powerful. It's going very, very well. The war is going. Every election is important. We're doing very well. They want a lot of communists to come in. I'm saying it a little bit differently, but the people that they're pushing are communists, and this country is not going to have communists. Thank you very much.
Oh. Singing Wind asks, what section of DC would you say to stay away from when booking a hotel? Basically, like anywhere that's not Monument Row, yeah, I would not really go. Let's see. Yeah, all this business in here, that's where you want to be. Right up north of the hotel. Of course, they're also going to be by far the most expensive. Geez, look at those rates, man. My God. Are we on there? Yeah. 13th, 16th. You'd be okay with a lot of this up here too. It's pretty nice. Also farther away, but farther away from all the goods. Personally, I would go right across the water here. Roslyn. I have a few others there. I don't know how much these run, but yeah, it can get. Jeez, man, this is fucking outrageous. Yeah, it's insane, man. $700 freaking dollars. Whew. All right, what's next here? Where'd we go? There we are. Great.
Begin today with breaking news: a major legal battle.
Oh man, what did he just do the other day with like... I gotta find this one. It's hilarious.
All of you have actually. Chris Wright, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So 141 years ago, Albert Einstein, 121 years ago, Albert Einstein published a paper. Nobody cares. Good point. I never go back.
Just shut up. No one cares.
Usually they won't catch you, but
how do you ever come back from that? You don't. He's done.
Published a paper on the photoelectric.
There's no point in even continuing now, sir.
All of you have actually. Chris Wright, please.
Which I gather is the entire reason he did it. You could see the frustration on Trump's face like immediately.
Chris Wright, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So
right there. Like, here we fucking go again.
141 years ago, Albert Einstein, 120.
Should I do it? Look, he looks at someone. Yep, I'm gonna do it.
1 years ago, Albert Einstein published a paper. Nobody cares.
It's so great. What a moment. Nobody cares. All right. Dominion voting drops lawsuit against Lindell. We saw huge win for election integrity. U.S. Postmaster General just dropped the hammer on Congress. Post office will not apparently deliver mail-in ballots for the 2026 midterms to any states that refuse to comply with Trump's election integrity executive order. No more shady, unsecured mail-in chaos in blue states trying to rig the game. Well, let's hope that sticks. If so, that is indeed a big win.
What is your impression of the reflecting pool?
It's hideous. It's criminal. You know,
really.
What?
The hubris, the arrogance behind this.
These fucking people are sick.
Failed project is just horrendous.
Could you elaborate on that? What was what's the
$17 million of my tax dollars are in it. Yeah, it's awful. It's going to take a long time to recover.
I think the initial what he was trying to do was paint the bottom, to repaint it.
Yeah, we know what he was trying to do.
And then to clean it. So what went wrong?
It was a vanity project, a $17 million vanity project, like so much else of what he's done to Monumental Washington.
But
what does that even mean?
Maybe for somebody on the other side, like what is wrong with trying to clean the pool or repaint it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Administrations over the decades have all tried to do it, but it hasn't been a vanity project for an individual.
Oh, so it's not a vanity project when you do it, but when he does it, it is.
It's been a restoration or the maintenance
when we do
of a
it,
piece of public
it's
property.
a restoration. When he does it, it's a vanity project.
Not the vehicle for the expression of his personal arrogance and narcissism.
Just because they say so.
How do you know it was because of his arrogance or narcissism, though?
I lived with him for 3.5 years.
You live with Trump?
I live in this town.
Oh. Okay.
I bet you do.
He's in my town.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't see any algae. I heard reports that there was algae floating around the top of it.
Keep walking.
Keep walking.
Is there a piece of algae over there?
See where the pumping stations are?
Yes.
The pumps are pumping it out right now.
Oh, so they're cleaning out the algae.
Yeah, they're
right
using
now.
hoses, vacuum type hoses, to suck it out, and it's running into a city drain somewhere. There's an algae bloom in the reflecting pool every hot summer.
Right, it's kind of normal.
Nothing new about that. But that's not what this project is all about. This project is about him.
Could you qualify just that statement? Because cleaning the pool, there's nothing wrong with it. Repainting it, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's what we pay for. I pay my federal and my DC taxes.
So he's doing that and
to maintain spots like that, and I obviously don't have a problem with that.
Except for the problem that you have.
But when it becomes the vanity project of an egomaniac,
if you
he's not the one coming off as an egomaniac here, sir.
Cleans it up, gets the algae out, the paint is redone.
Will my view of him change? Absolutely not.
Okay, so even if he does the right thing, it's still that he's arrogant?
He's an abomination.
I'm surrounded by these people. They're everywhere. Denizens of DC. More likely Virginia, honestly, just by the look of him. Trump will welcome farmers and ranchers to White House dinner to celebrate trade and tax wins. That's cool.
Back to Pulte. This is why they're in complete meltdown at Pulte. And just to frame this, so I think it would be helpful to the War Room Posse to understand this, is that there's been a big effort to downsize DNI driven by the CIA and driven by Tom Cotton and these guys. So when you see Tom Cotton and Lindsey Graham talking about this, this is not to go after the deep state. This is to downsize DNI from its administrative or supervisory function over the intelligence community to what I call CIA supremacism. They want the CIA to be supreme in all things when it comes to intelligence. They don't want to take the deep state apart. They want to power the deep state. And of course, right there you saw McCabe, who I can't figure out for the life of me how he's not under investigation and already charged with crimes. You know, the former Comey's right-hand man at FBI. This is where I think you may have an overburdened DOJ. You obviously got this grand jury nullification. It's very hard to do anything in Washington, D.C. because how politicized it is and how insane it is even to bring a grand jury, much less go to trial. But Pulte is there for twofold. Number one, it's to take on the deep state. So when you see him making these changes, I would say it's already been pretty well thought through. It's the reason he's going as acting for the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, that have very specific ideas about what DNI should do. It is not to turn over the oversight and supervision and basically make the CIA supreme over all the intelligence apparatuses. President Trump would never do that because he understands the beating heart of the deep state is the CIA. With this, what I call fetish, but with this concept and process of how they get everybody's consensus to buy in on these different agents. It's called the interagency process. That is all run by CIA operatives in the different departments, whether they are at Department of War or they're at the Department of Homeland Security. They are embeds in there. This is how the CIA runs the deal. President Trump is not downsizing DNI to make the CIA more powerful. So they're not just taking out the seconded people and sending them back, although that is definitely an option. They're going to be doing a lot of that. That's what we did in the first administration with the National Security Council. They had so many people seconded from these other departments at the National Security Council. Most of them were deep state operatives. Bill Pulte, I think, and these guys have a pretty good idea of what they're trying to do in taking the deep state, and they're not stopping. They're relentless. Things are happening today. We'll be able to talk about it tomorrow. But John Solomon's been over there on declassification. Bill Pulte's there. They hate it. The media hates it. The mouthpiece and the propaganda departments for the deep state, the same people that are acting as harpies on all this. You see here the same people in the Russia collusion, the same thing on people that covered for Biden. One thing you didn't see in any of those clips, because it didn't exist, we tried to pull it. Not one comment on MSNBC, CNN about the report Tulsi Gabbard dropped on Fauci on the way out. We spent this morning here talking about the immediate criminal investigation, criminal referral on Fauci and how he has to be perp-walked. Not one of this. One of the biggest sins of the intelligence apparatus, the working with Fauci and, in addition, covering for him.
Okay. Texas neighborhood was forced to go on lockdown after an 18-wheeler flipped over, releasing 24 million honeybees. Oh. Heck no, man. I like honey and all, but nope. Oh.
This is probably a very small percentage of them. As you can see, there are a lot of them. They're all over the boxes.
No, don't get off the bus, kids. No.
Here, Mr. Richard, he's helping me do all this. And then I'm going to swing around. I'm going to try not to make you dizzy. I'm going to show you up in this tree if I can.
Look at them all.
I don't know if you can see it really good. I've got pictures of them.
That is a shitload of bees, man.
That one is probably 3 times or more of the size of bees that are down here on the fence.
Jeez.
So it's huge. And then back behind it, there is another swarm.
Wow.
Over that tree. And then there's swarms all over the place. So, yeah, we're definitely trying to catch them and do what we can with them and get them out of this neighborhood so that it's mostly the puppy dogs that are getting nailed by them. And so, yeah.
Dang, man. Democrat Rep Seth Moulton appears to erupt when pressed on potential endorsement of Graham Plattner, the Nazi. He's not a Nazi. He is, but he's not.
Congressman Moulton, do you endorse Graham Plattner in Maine?
No, down.
Do you
No,
endorse
down.
Graham Plattner in Maine?
Who are you? Who are you asking this question? Can you answer that? You gotta do a better job at hanging up your phone.
Congressman Moulton, do you endorse?
Dang, you can see the psycho killer in those eyes, man.
Who are you? Who are you asking this question?
That is... Nope. Mm-mm. Heck no. See some dead eyes like that, you better fucking run. Get out of there. I don't know how people elect people like this, but dear God.
Playing out right this minute that we have not seen since Donald Trump reshaped the Republican Party around his platform several years ago. He is really mad at Congress because they have not passed the Save America Act. And Congress, are really mad at him because he killed a bill signing today as a result of Congress not passing that Save America Act. So they've got a lot to talk about at a closed-door lunch in addition to the war in Iran.
The war is going very well. As you know, we're winning by a lot. Iran is making very big concessions. We'll see what happens, but it's been very, very, very powerful. It's going very, very well.
And brand new from Truth Social, part of a post about Iran peace talks says, we will be releasing some of their money that is totally controlled by us to our farmers and ranchers for the purchase of corn, wheat, soybeans, and more. Food is desperately needed in Iran, and we will be purchasing it for them exclusively from the United States. Next up here, an Oval Office meeting with the head of NATO, seen on screen there, Mark Rutte.
I think also he is right to move to this deal, and in essence what it means is that Iran will not be able to develop this nuclear capability and therefore not be a threat to the region and the wider world.
And for those keeping score at home, Mark Rutte is the official who last summer referred to Donald Trump as Daddy. John.
Indeed he did. Peter Doocy for us at the White House. Peter, thank you. All right, now.
One second. Okay, sorry. Building stuff in the background here. ESP stuff. It's getting really fun.
And finally, President Trump decided to stop Iran from having nuclear weapon, and he did it. He, clean up all this garbage in D.C., clean up the pool, and then, clean
Where's this guy from?
Fountain and homelessness, and keep D.C. safe so everybody can come out and enjoy and celebrate. Tomorrow is the kick-up of 250th birthday of America.
So you got a
Vietnamese or something. This guy's great.
Sign down here. What is it? It is a name.
Well, it's the America 250. So we celebrate.
No, but
let me tell you,
Donald Trump is
the first president is our founding father.
Yeah.
But we love President Trump so much. Even in Europe they call him Daddy. Daddy's home. Daddy was here the first term, and
Mark Rutte called him Daddy.
2016, and he's back in 2024, so that is back. It's a daring, loving, kind term to address somebody who can control the family, who can put things in order and restore the country and make this country great again. Because when daddy's not home, all the rats on the cockroach, or this ugly thing will crawl out, nobody clean up. So daddy's home, clean them all up.
You gotta clean them all up.
This country great again. That's what we call Trump, our first founding daddy.
Who is this guy? How do we find this man? This guy is fantastic. He could be a star. Where is he?
How does this say back?
Senator Schumer speaks directly to Trump from the Senate floor, saying the SAVE Act will not pass, Donald Trump.
Lower American people's housing costs. It doesn't. How does the SAVE Act do anything good? It doesn't. It's a vicious, nasty piece of material. And probably in Trump's ridiculous mind, oh, I don't want to sign the housing bill because it might detract from the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act, not the saving bill, the SAVE Act will not pass, Donald Trump. How does the SAVE Act lower American people's housing costs? It doesn't. How does the SAVE Act do anything good? It doesn't. It's a vicious, nasty piece of material. And probably in...
You're a vicious, nasty piece of material. Senator Tim Sheehy, Republican Montana, calls on Republican holdouts to start fighting for the SAVE Act. Yeah, that'll be the day, won't it?
Lively so far. As you said, it's ongoing, but it's going to be an interesting rest of the lunch, I think.
Well, the president was headed up there originally to sign the Road to Housing Act, but apparently he had some other thoughts just before going up there. He put this out on Truth Social. Today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency. This was a bipartisan bill, this Road to Housing Act. A lot of people were excited about the fact that it passed and the president was going to sign it. What do you think about him pulling the plug on that?
Well, I think he's expressing the frustration that a lot of Americans are feeling, John, which is 80% of Americans support election security. And we have not been able to get a single Democrat across the aisle and vote alongside us to institute common sense election security, voter ID, securing the voter rolls from non-citizen voters, making sure that mail-in voting is done securely and appropriately. These are common sense voter security measures that I'll add are quite common in other countries, and we cannot get a single Democrat to cross the aisle and support us in this effort. And the president, rightfully so, is extremely frustrated that we have not been able to move this through Congress. So he's obviously trying a different tactic here. We'll see if it works.
All right, so he's trying to use his leverage on that. Do you think it'll work?
I hope so, because I think we have a couple of holdouts from our side that I think could join the fight and help us with this. But more importantly, there are a lot of Democrats that want to see the Road to Housing Act passed. Maybe this.
Pete Hegseth ignores left-hard reporter.
Why'd you fire C.D. Donahue? Mr. Secretary, why'd you fire C.D. Donahue?
Nope. You've got to be. Yeah, I saw this fucking shit. Unbelievably stupid. Rep. Anna Polina Luna used Claude to draft amendment to defense bill and left Claude's comments in the bill. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, with so much focus on oil and Iran, we wanted to actually hear from the people on the front line of America's energy industry. So we headed to West Texas. We spoke to oil men who are paying really close attention to what's going on in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz and what it could mean for drilling activity here at home. Now, they give us a tour of an active drilling rig outside of Lubbock.
Ooh.
If it looks familiar, it was featured in the hit series Landman. Drilling contractor Cole Green says...
That's crazy. It does look familiar.
Contractor Cole
Green, great show.
Says tensions in the Middle East have already led to more calls than ever about drilling.
We're drilling more than we have probably since 2020. So
nice.
It's progressively gotten more busy. This is exactly what we're doing, drill, baby, drill.
But more drilling doesn't necessarily mean oil men are rooting for higher prices. Independent producer Cactus Schroeder says there's a sweet spot, high enough for producers to stay profitable, but low enough that Americans aren't feeling pain at the pump.
I would say more between 70 and 90. You know, that would be, you know, we can all make money at that. And then when it gets over $90 or $100 a barrel, the American consumer suffers.
Texas produces more than 40% of America's crude oil. These West Texas oil men say record U.S. oil production has left America far less vulnerable to disruptions overseas.
If we had started this war with Iran 15 years ago, it would have been much worse. You'd see oil prices at $400, $500, $600 a barrel. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy. So having the domestic production that we have is pretty amazing.
We're producing more oil now than we ever have. I think that needs to continue. I think we need to be dominant in the industry.
And they say the biggest challenge right now is just uncertainty, so they could hire, invest, and plan for the future.
Okay. Marco Rubio meeting the Crown Prince of Kuwait. No audio. All right. Mitch McConnell continues his recovery amid 8-day hospitalization. Oh. So what is he gonna run again, or? Ridiculous. Disturbing video shows a carjacking suspect intentionally striking pedestrians during a terrifying rampage in downtown LA. One Juan Luis Estrada. I'm sure he's from America. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Don't get up, sir. Nope. Don't try to... Oh, gosh. Whoa. The hell? What happened there? Whoa! He's just hitting everybody. Okay, Senator Tuberville on the SAVE Act now. Great.
That's a no-go. He's not going to take anything out of the Save America Act. What's in there needs to stay. We just talked about the avenues of the talking filibuster, or voting out the regular filibuster and voting it in, because this is, and President Trump's right here. You know, again, I travel the country. If we don't do something with the filibuster and we don't get things passed, it'll be the last time we'll have a Republican president or a Republican Senate or a House. That's how fast this country is going down to communism, and we need to stop it. We can stop it. It's balls in our court. President Trump said that, balls in your court. You know, I'm here to support you. Let me know if there's anything I can do, but this is what we have to do to save the United States of America from communism. He's exactly right. That's a no.
Major cover-up in Kansas City public schools?
A whistleblower from inside Kansas City, Kansas public schools has released a video showing multiple school officials discussing strategies for pushing woke policies and allowing secret gender transitions.
Oh, wow.
For students without parental consent. Check it out.
Go back and have these be like Underground Railroad conversations, and we are more so doing them on a case-by-case basis and giving resources out on a case-by-case basis. So not stopping the work, just not making it so public. That's what we're doing now.
Everybody's kind of in the same garbled mess of figuring out where can we find the loopholes, where can we sneak things in, because I mean, our assessments are correct. You look at some of these lists of restricted language and it's like the entire progressive dictionary. What do we have left?
Additional audio recordings reveal school officials detailing how they changed their transgender policies to, quote, guidelines, which are not shared with parents or staff, all so they can hide woke practices from the public.
Just wanted to give you one more update on that transgender guideline, not a policy, that we do not have a transgender policy that you heard the last board meeting. We do have a guideline, and that guideline is an internal document that will not be shared out to the public. It won't even be shared to staff members. Angela, Dr. Stubblefield, Greg Goheen are kind of the gatekeepers. Lisa knows a little bit about it, or knows a lot about it as well. But this won't be something that we just start to put out there for the system.
There is also footage of school staff talking about how kids are coming out to them as gay, with staff members then painting the parents as bad guys, and then asking if students want to keep it secret from their own parents.
I had had a student come out to me in one way or another, and the cutest one was this last kid who came out to me, and he goes, "Dr. H, do you know what a homosexual is?" And I go, "Yes, I do." He goes, "I am one." And I was like, okay. And I go, do you feel safe at home? Who else have you told? He's like, you and, his best friend who was also in that class. And I go, are you going to be telling your parents anytime soon? And he's like, no, because his dad was a preacher.
This comes after the school's gender transition policies were exposed and the district was investigated by the Department of Education for Title IX violations. Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools is conspiring to violate federal laws, groom children, and hide crucial information about students from their parents. This school needs to be held accountable for their actions.
Right. Trump reveals American inspectors will be allowed to go into Iran with the IAEA to ensure no nuclear. So they've reversed on this?
President Trump says this is a case of Iran agreeing to a deal, putting it in writing, and then in the public saying that it isn't true. President Trump insists that Tehran has agreed to allow those nuclear inspectors into the country, and the UN agency that would oversee that process agrees with him.
Paragraph 8 of this Memorandum of Understanding says explicitly that the nuclear activities that are going to be carried out with regards to the nuclear material facilities and will be supervised by the IAEA.
Iranian officials say any inspections would only come after a final deal is signed and is not a part of the original 60-day memorandum of understanding. But it's not just the inspections at the center of these contradictory statements between the U.S. and Iran. There's also some confusion regarding Israel's ongoing conflict with the Iranian. President Trump says this is a case of Iran agreeing to a deal, putting it in writing, and then in the public saying that it isn't true. President Trump insists that Tehran has agreed to allow those nuclear inspectors into the country, and the UN agency that would oversee that process agrees with him.
Paragraph 8.
I'm sorry, that looped.
6,000 other Iranians have been detained on trumped-up charges and summarily imprisoned. But even in the shadow of that fear, Iranian women are continuing to defy the regime. We have new images. You can see them on your screen from Tehran. They show women of many different ages openly ditching the mandatory hijab, an act of resistance with sometimes terrifying consequences. Let's bring in Dr. Sheila Nazarian. She fled Iran as a child during the revolution. Doctor, thanks so much for being with us. This is a quote from an Iranian teen, a young girl, to CBC News, who says, "I think that if I am going to live the final seconds of my life, I want to live it the way I want." And this is connected to the courage of Iranian women, still confronting a dictatorial government by any means. It's profound, and she's only 16 years old.
Yeah, Jillian, I think what we're seeing, this is not a rebellion against a hijab or, a fashion statement. The people of Iran are no longer buying what the regime is selling. And what the hijab means to these women in Iran is government control. Imagine waking up every morning and having to put a symbol of Islamic extremism on your body every day, Jillian, by force. The women in Iran are so brave. We've seen the morality police step it back up. We've seen the execution of political dissidents stepped up every single day in Iran.
Let's see some of these photos again. No shit. Huh. Yep, Dan Goldman is done, bitch. Primary defeat. He's toast. I don't have to see that stupid fucking face ever again, thank God. Pardon me. More cruise ship activities. Oh, how fun. Yeah. Looks like my idea of a great vacation. Okay. Activist federal court has just blocked the Trump DOJ from demanding Michigan's voter file, as the Democrat Secretary of State, shitbag, shields fraud, of course.
So I think we had a really great meeting, and we're very proud of the party. We like our leader. We like everybody.
It's only semi-related. Judge permanently blocks Trump EO requiring proof of citizenship to vote. Federal judge Denise Casper ruled the president lacks the authority to oversee elections and rejected the Trump admin's unsupported claims of widespread voting, illegal voting, discrimination, fraud, and other forms of malfeasance and error. That's funny. Okay. Another district judge confirmed. Body language. Didn't look too happy. Oh, and tentative flyover schedule for the Great State Fair event tonight. F-16s at 7:30. B-2 at 7:35. F-35s at 8:05. B-2 and F-35s at 8:25, followed by the F-35s at 9 o'clock. Neato. So, yeah, what directions are they going? I hope they fly over this way. Flyovers will alternate directions, first west to east, so yeah, maybe they'll be coming from my way. And then south to north, etc. Then I guess west, east to west. New banners on the Department of Interior. Yeah, that ought to piss people off. Nice. Hat. Okay. Senator Bill Cassidy explains his shouting match with Trump inside the Senate GOP lunch. Cassidy said the confrontation happened over his vote to limit Trump's war powers in Iran. He asked, why would anybody vote for the War Powers Act? As he continued, I said, is that a rhetorical question, or would you really like to know? He said, I'd like to know. I stood and said, you have not told the American people what's going on. It was supposed to last 4 weeks. It's lasted 4 months. Our original objectives have not been achieved, and I want to know what's going on. But that's kind of what I've been saying all along. I'm voting for war powers until I get a briefing, at which point, as I recall, he did not particularly care for my comments, raised his voice. I lost my temper. That's not appropriate. It's the, oh yeah, just blame it on the fact that you're Irish. Yeah, that'll work. But I again matched his tone and his volume, and it went back and forth. But at some point, my guy said, it's all right, Bill, sit down. And so I sat down and tried to de-escalate. Oh, aren't you a good boy?
A few things I want
I'll hear some of the Mark Rutte meeting for those that missed it, like me.
A few things I want to share with the media, with you being here at present, and it's about your leadership. First of all, about Iran. I really want to make clear how important it is what you are doing on Iran. This is, first of all, about the nuclear capability Iran was basically getting its hands on. And that would have been a threat to the region, it would have been a threat to the whole world. This is a country which is exporting chaos, it is exporting terrorism, and they were very near to getting their hands on the nuclear capability. You've seen last week with the G7, all the leaders in the G7 applauding the fact that this nuclear capability has been degraded. This is extremely important, and I just want to make this clear, because sometimes people think, why was this whole Iran thing going on? This is about security, about safety. This is the leader of the free world taking responsibility beyond the shores of the United States for the rest of the world, and this is what you did. I know there have been debates about whether your allies in Europe were with you enough. I just want to say one thing, which is sometimes, yeah, but let me say one thing, which is, I know you think that, but let me, and I
fucking guys like on coke or something.
Were with you enough. I just want to say one thing, which is sometimes, yeah, but let me say one thing, which
one
is,
more?
I know you think that, but let me, and I know about the let's say your irritation about that. But when you look at the numbers, 4,000 to 5,000 U.S. planes taking off from bases in Europe. In the 6 weeks this war took place, still the ceasefire took place mid-April. Were with you enough. I just want to say one thing, which is trillion. The Trump trillion shows you the increase Europeans and Canadians are paying into defense since you took office in 2017. Right. Trump 45 plus Trump 47. A total of extra spent by the Europeans and the Canadians of 1.2 trillion. When you look at the effect of Trump 47, so the isolated effect of the extra defense spending in 2025 and in 2026, you see almost $140 billion extra spent nominal on defense by the Europeans and the Canadians, and also this year you will again see an increase by about 120 billion, which brings a total.
Just call him daddy again. Call him daddy.
$50 billion. I can assure you, this is because of Russia, because of the threat, but I'm also absolutely convinced that you, being President of the United States, being consistently pushing for something which since Eisenhower has not been achieved, which is the Europeans equalizing their defense spending with the United States. This is your evidence. Then, all of this done, we had to increase the defense industrial output. That is a big problem. The problem is that both in the United States and in Europe, we are not producing enough. Our stockpiles have to be replenished because of the war in Ukraine and what we do there, and for all other reasons. You have taken leadership here. Last week, you signed the Defense Procurement Act. You made it possible for companies to work together to be able, therefore, to ramp up their defense production. You have been very harsh with them a couple of weeks ago. I had one of them over in my office. Yeah, it was really harsh. I had one of them over in my office. He was still trembling. One of the CEOs. And I said, this is good. This is exactly what we need. Because we need this extra defense output. This is important for Europe. When I point at all these jobs, of course, also many jobs being created in Europe and in Canada, but again, almost 200,000 here in the United States, supported by all of this done. We had
Okay, Trump says European allies abandoned him during the Iran war while sitting directly next to Europe's effectively representative, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte.
Well, let me just say, he's been a friend of mine. He's a great guy, great leader, great Secretary General. Everybody respects him. And I appreciate your nice words, but you really have done a good job. And I think if anybody else were in that position, we wouldn't even be meeting today, to be honest with you, because we were let down. We didn't need help on this at all. We demolished them in literally the first week. But it would have been nice if they would have said, we'd like to help. We didn't even need it, but it would have been nice if they said that. They didn't say it. But as Secretary General, and he's the boss of the whole operation. He was, I believe if I would have called him, and I didn't bother doing that because I was doing individual countries just to take the temperature and see how they were doing. But I think if I would have called him, he probably would have found a way to help if we needed it. I feel, would have been a little bit different. But I was disappointed. I was disappointed with Italy. I was disappointed with the UK. He's now gone. And, he had a lot of problems. But we were disappointed with the UK. We were disappointed with Germany and France. We were disappointed with most of them. Spain is a horror show. Spain is terrible even from your standpoint. I mean, they don't want to pay anything. They think they're in for a free ride. Spain is not a good group. Not a good group at all. But I have great respect.
Says he expects Keir Starmer's replacement, Andy Burnham, to be more liberal. Oh, gosh.
I don't know anything. I see that he was, I guess, the mayor of a town. I hear he's extremely liberal. Extremely. So that means he probably won't open up the North Sea. I gave Keir Starmer some pretty good advice. I said, open up the North Sea. Go to Aberdeen, which was the hottest city in the whole continent. It was the oil city. It was the oil of Europe. And they closed everything. It was terrible. I saw it before my eyes, and I couldn't believe it. The North Sea is loaded. I have had every oil company come to see me. Sir, could you give us access to the UK? We would do anything to drill in the North Sea. And they haven't even found what's there. The amazing thing is they buy their oil from Norway, which gets the oil from the North Sea. Think of it. And they pay a big premium. Norway's got now $2 trillion in the bank, and UK is dying. So they should open up the North Sea. It's an easy one. And a lot of good things are going to happen. It's among the greatest fields in the world. Peter?
President Trump.
Okay.
As it took myself.
Whose phone is it?
Another one of these.
Don't worry about it.
Is that you?
Is that you?
As it took.
It's right. Fire.
What?
A democratic socialist.
Well, it should make it easier for Republicans because most of the nation is composed of sane people. They don't want to... if you look throughout history, go back thousands of years, you've always had socialism and communism by different names. It's never ever worked. It's not going to work this time either.
A democratic socialist.
Well, it should make it easier for Republicans because most of the nation is composed of sane people. They don't want to... if you look throughout history, go back thousands of years, you've...
Oh, did we miss one down here? Yeah.
Endorsement of Zohran Mamdani means more than the endorsement of Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, they're going radical left. They're going really, you talk about the Democrat socialists. It's really communist. These people. I watched that woman last night. That's not a socialist. I know socialists. That woman is a communist. And what they don't say is that I was 16-0 last night. But mine were a little more boring, a little more mainstream. They were Republican conservatives. But we were 16-0. And if you look over the last 2.5 years, we're about 347 and just about 0. That's pretty good. But nobody writes that. But he picked 3. They won. They beat a guy named Dan Goldman, who's, a loser. He was one of my prosecutors, one of my many prosecutors that they used on me. Dan Goldman, not a good prosecutor, fortunately, but he's now looking for a job. I was very surprised to see, because he's a pretty liberal guy. When they go more liberal than Dan Goldman, they're really into Never Never Land.
Does this tell you that the Democratic Party's...
All right, we're down to like 15 minutes here. Hey, if anyone wants to, I guess I haven't broken the news to the evening crowd, but I'm having a boy, I'm having a son. Just found out yesterday. It's gonna be a boy. Little me. I know. So if anyone wants to help out, either through the Amazon baby registry or, I mean, a little cash really wouldn't hurt right now. I'm hurting yet again. Until people pay me. They're late. Again. So I'm broke. I could certainly use a little, something in the hat if anyone would like to help. would really be appreciative. Let me pull up the donor box. There it is. I guess you could send it to the PSB. Yeah, yikes, we have gotten essentially nothing this month here. Where's my YouTube? Oh, whoa. Venezuela, large earthquake, 7.1 magnitude. Thank you, James. Hello James. Fellow James. In YouTube chat. By the way, that'll be the little one's name. It's gonna be James. As is family tradition, I guess. It's actually gonna be James Wesley, after Radix's cousin who was killed in the Middle East around a couple decades ago. Let's see. Got that. Oh, you can do PayPal. And then I gotta find the Amazon link too. And thank you for the congrats out there. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, there's also another earthquake in Japan, by the way. In I don't know where, but there we go. Morioka. Iwate Prefecture. Let me see if we can find anything on the Venezuela. Quick. Alright, and then there's the PayPal. Drop that. Yep. And then there's also Cash App. Any of the above. Oh, and the website is moving along. Oh, you guys can't see anything here. Hold on. Give me a second. Where is it at? There it is. That is just a placeholder name for now. I don't think that's what we'll end up going with right there whenever we end up rebranding, but for now that'll work. It describes the idea pretty much dead on. Oh, no files open yet. That's actually being worked on right now. Speaking of, gotta get my laptop back up. It died while we were in the middle of the show there. Forgot to hook it up while it was working. So I think some of the initial cases we're going to start off with digging into are going to be things like the healthcare fraud and, well, Newsom, just fraud generally. But especially things like, I mean, Newsom's about to bust open, clearly. Something is cooking there. But just the national fraud generally, that's like, there's going to be countless. There's so much to dig into there. But also Epstein files and the SPLC case. And I don't know, whatever else people come up with, you know, we'll see what the initial load of test users end up coming up with. I wish it had a sample case file here that I could show off. But I don't have it on the development site yet. Not the publicly available one anyway. Discord's working well. Already got a couple people in there, although they haven't really had time to play around with it yet. And I think the first thing I'm going to be working on next is getting the system that will allow people to tie their personal AI in order to dig into stuff and submit findings automatically into the system. I'm going to get that up and running. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be freaking neat. So you might want to learn how to use Grok to dig and research on topics, or you know, whatever, ChatGPT, whatever you want. But I think we'll probably be starting with Grok for initial testing, either Grok or Claude. So most of you should have Grok. If you are on X, you've got it, so you should be able to use it. Oh, Tina says, I love Grok. Yeah, I gotta get you in there as a test user, because I know you are heavily into Grok. You know your way around Grok pretty well, so far better than most, I imagine. So yeah, I would love to get you in. Are you on? I know you're on here somewhere. Right, that's you, right? Is that you? You have to tell me. Draw me your account, and I'll shoot you an invite to the Discord. Let me pull that up. So you'll basically be able to, like, say you're chatting with your Grok here on, tell me about some fraud scandal currently. So you'd be able to dig, right? Dig with your AI of choice. Have it go through documents, find interesting info, make connections, whatever. And then anytime you stumble on interesting info, you'll be able to just type in a little slash command down here, like slash, I don't know, slash PSB or something. And then just say like submit finding, something like that. And it'll grab all the relevant info and submit it to our system. And then you'll see it pop up on the website as a finding. And then all those findings will be drawn from to write articles if we end up finding something groundbreaking, something that people haven't stumbled across yet, any fresh news. You can have it drop an article and fire it off. So that's the basic idea so far. There's a lot to add to that. Of course, other bits and pieces and other features and whatnot, but that's the basic. Oh no, the whole thing will be kind of based on like you'll earn points for submitting a finding, or proving someone else's finding wrong, you get points for that. If you end up proving that someone has submitted bullshit, they lose points and you gain them. So that is kind of gamified, I guess is the word they use. But it's kind of turned into a little game to encourage people to like increase their reputation and standing and whatnot. It sounds like it's going to be really fun, actually, the system that's been kind of settled on here. But people are going to have to use it, so it's like, what's the point if people aren't going to end up using it? We gotta get you guys on board and playing around with it. So, Steph, I will get you a link too. There's that's actually another piece of the whole thing is pulling sources from social media, like the stuff that Steph posts all the time. The other side of that is the broadcast side of things. It's like it's going to grab relevant links from, well, accounts I designate, news sources, from chat, from the Discord, and it'll pull all that in and go through, take out the bad, the pointless, irrelevant stuff, and it'll feed hosts a nice organized report of links and relevant material that just kind of updates in real time. And I think I'm going to probably make that publicly visible too, because the dashboard's really neat. In fact, give me a second here and I'll pull it up from the laptop. I just got to join the meeting here. And drop my share. There you go. So this is currently the host dashboard as it sits. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Half Right. I didn't see that. Well, there's the dashboard doing its job. Good shit. There's Half Right 8 minutes ago. Get some huggies. Oh, we will definitely get some huggies with that. Thank you. So there you go. It'll do that. It'll show anytime a chatter puts in a rant into Rumble, like the Rumble version of Super Chats. It'll pop up on the dashboard. Sit there. This organizes everything coming in from live chat, Rumble live chat. I can sort it into just links. So if I just want to see the links you guys have dropped, the host can do that with a quick click. I think that's everything. Just normal chat messages. Oh, there's the standing, like the rankings of submissions. I think this is all just test stuff, obviously, right now. Ooh, that's new. I haven't seen that yet. Neato, cool. Anything else I can click? Oh, focus button that just like takes away the busy stuff and just leaves smooth, relevant interface. That's cool. Oh, and then a breaking alert slot up here. I forget exactly how I have that set up to work, like what it'll pull from. I think it actually does come from chat, from what you guys post, and it'll check that against like current breaking news. So like if anything is like super fresh and like happening right now, it'll pop up there for the host to grab a host's attention, say there's something happening right now. Or at least that's the way to work when I get it finished completely. It's already quite far along, though. How do you monetize it? That's definitely going to be part of it too. I would love for this to grow rather big, you know, turn into an actual news, quasi social media platform, I guess. So I may try to incorporate like user uploaded video. It's already got an app building now, and part of that is going to be in-field reporting. Oh, look at that. Popped up with a new, look at that, new dispatch. What we got? Oh, thank you, Big Lee. Dropped a link. Isn't that cool? Isn't that nice? Sound's not shared, but I guess the White House event has begun. So what do you guys think? What do you think? What do you say? What's everyone think so far? That is after about a week of work or so. Pretty heavy work, I'll say. So if you like it, and you think it's headed in a good direction, and you'd like to see me keep doing that, chuck some money, please, because my coding plans run out in like, I don't know, like one of them within like a day or two for the month. So I need more. I gotta re-up the subscription plan for that. Because I need to keep going with this. This is like really exciting to me. I'm getting, can you tell? Like this is like heading in the direction that like I originally, all those years ago, kind of hoped that we'd be able to turn PSB into, all like way back at the start. Now like all the capability to build all of that myself is like finally here. Somehow the ship has made it through 8 freaking years, bleeding users at points, or bleeding viewers at points, but we're still here. We've got a decent user base to, I think, get this off the ground. And I think after I get it fully built out and ready, I'm gonna try to get in touch with some of the people we lost over the years. I do have a pretty good, like I think like all the people that donated to YouTube like all those years ago, I think all those emails are still saved in my Gmail somehow, I think. And then all the people that signed up for the old website, I should have all those. So I'm gonna try to get in touch with all the people that we've lost over the years and say, hey, come back. Like we've changed things a lot, and you probably should jump on board, and try to get some fresh blood into like that. So it's fun. It's exciting stuff, and I would love to have all of you get excited with me and start testing it out as things become ready. I see Soko's in here. I invited you. You're in there. You're in the Discord. I doubt you've had much time to play around yet, but I can't hear you if you're talking. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I don't hear you.
You hear me now?
There you are. What's up?
I don't know, my headphones not working. I've got a new computer now. I'm testing. I'm trying to learn everything. It's a little different. Yeah, I saw that you invited me in there. I was getting ready for tonight, and then I was like, I was going to have a side conversation with you because it reminds me, we tried a lot, like with the website where we had the writer's block, where we're trying to get people involved to write articles.
Now no one will have to do that. You just have to dig.
Right. Yeah, that's what's cool about it. Because remember, we tried to do the Zoom thing where we're bringing people in to drop breaking news stuff. So maybe this will make it more convenient for people to be able to be engaged, and then not trying to manage that massive amount of people, because that was difficult for sure.
AI will handle all the hard parts for us. I mean, it's all the advanced complex stuff. Writing articles, we'll do that. You just got to find the stuff for it to write articles on. Find new interesting findings in document dumps and court cases and so on and so forth. All the stuff we do anyway.
The thing about Did you see the thing about Claude, where it's become so cracked in the video game design, where you can launch after the launch of Unreal Engine? I'm like reading this post I'd saved for you about now it builds entire video games just by talking to it.
It's getting crazy. It's really. I'm gonna be playing with Unreal Engine at some point. Before they did that, I tried another game design engine called Unity, which is pretty similar. Unreal is way more advanced, though. You can do way more cool stuff with Unreal.
Well, we talked years ago about making a video game, like the white hats against the black. You know what I mean? Like saving the country. Yeah, like we literally could take some of the things that we went through over the years, and I could see it becoming a video game.
Dude, that's actually an interesting idea.
Like have a little island that we all kind of embark on to, take out the horrible people of the world. I won't go, you know what I'm saying?
That island.
We can all, but it could be like that, like chapter 1, taking back the Americas from the, socialist or whatever, and then be like move to chapter 2, where it's now we got to embark on this island to save the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the video game scene is going to get crazy. That. Like you're gonna see stuff that you never would have seen just a couple of years ago.
Have you seen the Pat Simmons guy, the video he posted about it, where it's like a 20-minute long video? I'll send it to you in Zoom chat. I saved it for you because listen, this is your space. So I was like, if anybody's gonna want to see this, it's probably him. So I'll put it in Zoom chat for you. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, especially for people that maybe don't have the skill set. You don't have to hire an entire team. Like you have the ability to write a script, and you have the you have the vision, but you don't have the skills. So this gives more, I think, conservative-minded people that we know banished off the internet, fighting our way back to do something like that, to create a game that a lot of Americans would love and enjoy, and it not be like this woke mind virus where you're having to put people in rainbow outfits.
But people got to get over the whole data center hate thing. I know it sucks. I know data centers suck in ways, but that's what's going to enable this country to surge forward with this. We're not going to be able to do it without that. It's an unfortunate side effect, but them's the breaks.
Well, for me, it's not hate. To me, it's like the things I've covered about it are alarming, like what it did to that family in Georgia, what happened to their water supply, and nobody seems to care.
That's got to get addressed somehow.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Like the water things that worries me, and then people will throw up the way to reloop the water, but that's only one of the data centers. So to me, it's the water, needing fresh water to not only cool the system, but they also have to use it to detoxify the water once it does go through the system. And you're looking at millions of gallons a day. And so that's my thing about, somebody's got to talk about that or address it. And it seems like nobody is. They're just going full steam ahead. And those are never good decisions.
Mostly the new ones do not need that. They do not have those water issues anymore. They're a pretty much closed system, and it just you don't need to dump fresh water in anymore. The old ones, of course, they're already built. Can't really do anything about that other than rebuild the damn thing from the ground up. But the water issue, from what I understand, has been pretty much solved in freshly built facilities.
Yeah, well, you can send me any kind of information you run up on it, because I'm not finding that. I'm finding the other side of it. The families that are like the one in Indiana that looks, I don't even know how to explain. I showed the video of that, of the massive amount of space that they have for that data center is right in the middle of a farm town. So, data centers. But, I'm always open. You know me, I'll listen to anything. If something changes, I'm all about it. I'm all about reading whatever.
So something that
But yeah. Yep. So the White House thing's going on.
Yeah, in about an hour or so.
Stuff about. Okay, so they had stuff about Albania, and then the flock camera stuff and everything. But the flock stuff is crazy to me.
Yep, it's gross.
Like safety of children. Yeah, kids have always been my number one thing. By the way, Daddy O. I don't know how much you've told people because I don't get to catch all your stuff. But Radix, Radix texts me about that. you know what it is, and so I didn't know if you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody knows now.
Okay.
It's a boy.
Everybody knows the gender. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't it? Thank you.
Little mini me. That's little mini me. She's excited too. It's cool to hear from her how excited she is about it.
Yep.
And, you know, I was like, well, listen, your little girl, she gets a little baby brother, and she's old enough to help you guys out. That'll be like, it's a double awesome. You know what I mean? Like she's
Perfect
old enough
age
to where they're
to enjoy the best
be no
years too.
fighting over toys. Yeah. She'll be fighting over toys. She'll be like helping you, you know, as the older sister.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That'll be cool.
It's gonna be great.
It'll be awesome. I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah.
That was a shocker. I know that. Like, you know, I don't know though. I haven't really asked her if it was. So let me just reserve that. I don't know. If,
I mean, it was,
you know,
but it
more than
wasn't.
me.
You know, kind of, but not.
If you don't do anything to prevent it, you know what I'm saying? Stuff can happen. So, and you're smart enough to know that. So it might not have been like written down on the calendar, but the blessing's a blessing.
Yeah,
you know?
indeed. Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
pretty
great.
cool. I'm excited for you. All right, well, get off to making us we need to make a video game. We'll call it.
Yeah.
We'll call it The Plan or whatever.
Yeah. Start poking around that Discord server. We're gonna be building a map. That's what I'm working on right now. More than a video game. Build a news map.
Are you anywhere with a public one? Is this going to be a public
Yes,
one?
yes, it will. You're gonna be
Okay,
one of the
'cause
first
that's what
test
I'm
users.
excited for. Yeah, I'm in there. I wanted to talk to you about it first because I wasn't very sure. So yeah, that's cool. And we having the discussion on there. I'm you know me, it's all about the public for me because we have so many good researchers in chat. Like to be able to utilize that part of what makes PSB great. Like if you're looking at any kind of subject, having say 5 other people that really enjoy it or researched it for years, and putting that stuff together to me was what makes us great. You know, our open server had thousands of people in it.
Yeah, we got to get back to that. You
Yeah,
got to get all the
thousands
old
of
people
people in
back in. That means you guys. Come on.
Great.
It'll be ready soon. I'm moving real fast now, so.
Well, you've been on the AI thing for a while now, so like if anybody knows. But I mean, it makes sense. You're like an original baker. You'll always be that in my mind. So if there's anybody that knows what they're doing, it ain't me. It's you in that aspect. I'm the kind of cat herder. You are the tech guy.
Well, it's going to take us all
So-
for this. This is going to. I think it's going to excite you after you get to poke around a little bit. This is going to be really.
Yeah, I
neat.
will. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think that too, that you've always, for years, wanted something in place that if something was breaking, that people had a way to be alerted to it and could cover it in real time.
Yep.
Like you did that with that Zoom room. You did that. We was trying to do that with the writing room. So it's always been in the back of the PSB kind of, I guess, organization, if you will, that you've always wanted to try and have something that people could utilize to be like not, because on air, and I'm sure you all know that out there in chat, on air, it's really difficult to like go find breaking news while you're also trying to do your show if you don't have like a producer or somebody in the background trying to help you. So if you had something where you could utilize it, say every 15, 20 minutes into your show, you could pull up something and you say, oh, this just happened, or signed up to something to be alerted to it. Or say one of you out in chat was like a certain host and you're willing to help them and say, hey, like, you know, I'll post you stuff too. There's just so many different ways you could go at it. I'm excited. I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah, it's going to be cool getting this
Always a good thing.
this built and get some fresh energy in here and get things all cleaned up, nice looking. Get the website working again, which it finally is, although it's not public facing yet.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I like it. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm glad that you've got something working like that again. It'll be huge for us.
Yeah, T9 says, Pam, please get the documentary complete first. That's cooking too. Don't worry, I've been using the AI stuff on that. We got like a roughly 30-minute segment. Oh no, pardon, 20-minute segment done that is being sent off to a certain outlet that all of you are very, very well familiar with at this point. And they're very interested in it, so you may see some movement on that very soon.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I know Radix will be happy too. You know, her heart's into that whole case, and you know that's basically been what she's dedicated a lot of her life to.
Yeah, and those
Just
guys are
going
about
out
to
trying
be
to be an
getting out
advocate.
here like within the next couple weeks too. So we've got a happy
that'll
ending.
be cool.
Our happy ending's on its way. Yeah.
Yeah, playing it in like a series of this is what happened, this is how they set them up, this is what happened to their lives, and that'd be great. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, I'm excited for you. Good big changes.
Indeed.
It's busy summer for you over there, mister.
It is.
Making babies, making new platforms.
Yeah, this rest of this year is
Good
gonna
to
be
go.
like nonstop. At least if I can help it, I'll make it best year yet. So get ready.
It's good. I'm excited.
Yep. All right, I'll let you get to it.
All right, man. Have a good
Yeah.
one. Thank you.
Have a good show. Back at you. See ya.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Those of you still with me on YouTube, I don't know who we got. What do we got here? Not even still on YouTube. It's not showing. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. 30 people. All right. You're still hanging. What is the baby's full name? Baby's full name will be James Wesley Rogers. I know James. My father-in-law is James. Now you got some James in your family too. Nice. We got a lot of Johns in ours too. James and Johns. It's all James and Johns. Anyway, that's it. That's it for tonight. A lot of fun things in the fire. A lot of things good. Oh, and thank you to whoever sent some loot in. I saw a couple, at least a couple roll in there. So thank you. That is, oh, it's just barely enough to cover one subscription. $200 in total. Thank goodness. So at least that's paid for another 30 days. All right. Well, I will catch you guys tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. See you then.